Okay, guys. Hello again. I'm just going to walk you through our comics for the week. This will be your one assignment. So we're just hoping that you take your time on it and do a really good job and show us that you know the process for the formation of fossil fuels, not oil, because that's really not used for electrical generation. So either natural gas or coal. So just like it says here, you'll be creating a comic about coal or natural gas, and this will be the name that you type in the top of the box. This will be the video that's linked here, the one that I'm making right now, but I'm just gonna go through and show you what it looks like, okay? So here are the requirements. You're gonna have to have a minimum of 6 slides, so that's like 6 boxes if you ever read comics. So in a comic, it's one of those little boxes. So you have to have 6 of those, okay? Within those slides, you'll need to have a slide that addresses all of the conditions that need to make fossil fuels. And so if you go back and look at the fossil fuels reading packet, it says ingredients. So there's 4 ingredients, okay? And so the first thing is organic matter, so it's going to be dead plant and animal matter. They call that peat for coal, and then it's those aquatic animals, those ocean or sea animals for natural gas or plants. Okay, zooplankton or phytoplankton, so plants or animals. Sediments and pressure. The sediments could be separated out to be a fifth, but the sediments cause the pressure, and then we have heat, and then we have time. So you need to have a box for each of those. If you want to separate out sediments and pressure and have one for each, that's fine. But these are the 4 conditions needed for fossil fuels. Okay, so um, we just want you to show that you understand that, and then you can demonstrate that process by the making of a comic. Okay, here's an example I did. Um, so it says presenting the formation of oil. You got sea plants and animals um, die and settle to the bottom of the ocean. So I've addressed that first one. Okay. The second one, it says many layers of dirt cause pressure. And so I put a Santa Claus on there. And so it says it's even heavier than Jolly Santa and his big bag of toys. So it's pressuring down on these animals and this seaweed, covering them up, making them smaller. And then it starts to make oil because that pressure causes what? Heat. So I just use these things to show heat. And then over time, the oil's drilled and then it's put on tankers. So I found this background that had an oil tanker on it, and it's shipped all over the world. And then oil is made into gas and fuels cars, buses, and even spaceships. I don't know if it probably does a spaceship like that, but it was fun anyway. Okay, so that's part of it. Is you want to have fun, be creative, those kind of things. All right. So a couple of other things here. So um, let's just go over what it looks like. So if you click on this link here, boom, it's going to bring up this page here. Okay. And so I'm just going to go over some of the things that you can do on this page. Okay. So first thing you need to do is get up to 6 slides. So you can just add your 6 slides. Okay. And then the slide that you work on will have a red square around it, okay? But first thing you're gonna do is name your comics. So here, you'll either write fossil fuels, so you'll write coal, if I choose coal, or I can choose natural gas, okay? Either way, make sure you put your name in here, first and last name, Mr. Jordan, my first name and my last name. Okay. So make sure you do that, all right? And then there's just lots of different things that you can do here, okay? You can pick characters or whatever. You might want to start with a background, okay? And so if you look here, there's backgrounds. There's all sorts of different backgrounds, and it's only going to put it in the box that you have highlighted, the red box. So let's just say I wanted to start with this background, okay? And so I can do lots of things to this background. I can scale it. So if I click on it, I can make it big, where it's only showing, okay, that. Okay, then I can move it. So I click here to move. And so I can get to where maybe it's only showing the grass and the sky, so maybe that's my moist environment that it starts out as, okay? I can bring to front, if I wanted that, I can flip it, okay? Or I can just get rid of it, okay? So, backgrounds, you can use all sorts of different backgrounds. There's some black and white ones, like old school. Put those in there, okay? And then I could add characters. So if I want to go, I hit back here, and then I go look for some characters, okay? And so I find characters here. This can be what you have to die to put in, okay? Or it can be your narrator. It can be in part of the story. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I want to have this guy in here, okay? And then I want to scale him back. I want to make him smaller, okay? So I got to delete him because I got click happy. So maybe I move him over here and he can just narrate my story. All right. So what does that mean? Well, that means that I can put these talk balloons on there. So I'm going to put a talk balloon on there like that. I come over here and my ventriloquist is going to be like, oop, I'm just getting super click happy. I've got to stop that. Okay. So I'm going to just click on that one time, not double click on it. Okay. And then say, he's going to say, today we are talking about, and then you'll say natural gas formation or whatever. Okay. And so I'm just going to do an example with oil. Today we're going to talk about oil. Okay. And so then the next slide, maybe I want to scale that up a little bit. Make it bigger. Lots bigger. So it's just showing the snow and there. And so then maybe on the next slide, I show that it made a sea or something. So I can go back to my backgrounds, find an ocean one, make it black and white if I want. There we go. So that's an ocean one. Scale that up. And then I want to move it. Like that. Okay. So I can add my little guy in there again. Okay, so I go back, find my character. So the main thing is you guys just want to play around with this. Take your time, have some time to do this because you should probably just get it all done in one sitting. And so, where's my little guy? I can show this guy. So I'm gonna choose my pose again. I click happy again. Uh-oh. All right, so I'm gonna scale him down. Make him smaller again, and maybe this time I have the little insect guy talk. So I got to go back and do a dialog box this way. This. Okay. And a Oh, a ocean. Now that's a lot of. Okay. So anyway, like I said, you're just gonna have to play around with this. Go back here to backgrounds, and so I wanted to add that background of um, the sea again. Okay, and so and then I can add, maybe I can add objects. So if you go look on here, there's objects, and so maybe I find an object that I want to be under the sea and dead. So I can find maybe a aquatic animal of some sort. This looks like an aquatic animal. I'm going to scale it down, and it's going to get covered up. I'm going to move it down here, and it can get covered up by sediment. Okay, and so, like I said, you can just play around with it. You can put a thought in there saying, "Oh, I wish I would have never moved into the ocean," or something like that. And so then in these next 4 slides, make sure that you show those 4 elements, pressure, layer, whatever. And remember, you can come back and kind of just look for examples here of labels and how it should look, and make sure that you address these 4 things in your slides. Be creative, have fun with it. Don't get overly frustrated if you can't move it or whatever, and if it doesn't turn out perfect, that's fine. But we just want you to be able to show that things die, they get covered up, there's a lot of pressure, which causes heat, and then it just takes time for that to form, and then go from there. Okay, and so at the end, like I said, I just showed where oil is used for, natural gas, whatever. You can show what coal and natural gas are used for, put a light bulb on there or whatever. Okay, so hopefully that helped. Like I said, just play around with that. If you are if you didn't get enough out of my tutorial, you can go to the home thing here, and then it'll take you to where you can do a demo on that page. Looks like this. So you can scroll down here where it says, oops, click here to view demos on how to create comics. And it just goes through a couple of slides, but it doesn't talk like I did. Okay. Otherwise, when you're all finished, just click here where it says print or email. It's going to bring up your complete comic. Put in your name, your email, okay? And then you'll click on here and you'll just fill in Mr. Robinson's, or you'll fill in my email address at fremont25.org. Okay, so tjordan at fremont25.org or srobinson at fremont25.org. Okay, hopefully this helped. Good luck. If you have questions, email us, or just go back and rewatch this video, or do the tutorial you click on home here, and it'll take you to where it says view demos on how to make comics. Just have fun with it. Make sure you have those 4 conditions. Okay, we have dead plants and animals, sediments cause pressure, heat, and then time. Got it? All right. Miss you guys. We'll see you later.